welcome to Knitting in Our Jeans. I'm Liz.
I'm Carolyn.
And on Instagram and Ravelry, you can find me as Toolizzforyou, Toolizzforyou.
And I'm cpredmor on Ravelry. On Instagram, I'm usually posting as Knitting in Our Jeans. I haven't been posting a lot this week. I've been busy. I've finished one thing, and I've been working like a Trojan on the other one.
Well, and also we've had
migraines.
I was going to say, as the Knitmores do their 1-minute health update, as you all know, last week we talked about our knees, and my knee is still acting up. My wrist acted up at the end of this week, and I'm falling apart. So,
yes.
Yeah, and on Wednesday it was 90? Wednesday it was 90 degrees, and on Thursday it was a high of 55, at least in Midtown. I don't know what the high was out here.
Well, yes, and I did better on Thursday because the front came through. From Sunday on, because Sunday I didn't sing because I woke up, I felt okay, then a half an hour later I didn't feel okay, so I didn't go sing. And from Sunday on until Thursday morning, I had a migraine. And, it got better if I took my Imitrex, and then it would come back again. So I was a bit of a slowdown with the knitting. Mm-hmm. It's really hard to concentrate on intricate patterns. At least I find that's true. And in fact, yesterday, and I had another one yesterday. Yeah. Yesterday I was in bed most of the morning just to try to get it moved out of the way.
Yeah.
So I finally got better by the afternoon.
And I had a migraine. So we haven't explained before, and if you don't know about migraines have technically 4 stages. There's the aura, the prodrome,
mm-hmm.
Prodrome attack, which is kind of my favorite name for that stage because it's when you're in pain, active pain, and then the postdrome. So I essentially had an aura / prodrome, or I think it's prodrome then aura, but whatever. I was essentially in the first 2 stages for all week. And then yesterday, it's not. And for me, it's more of a attention issue, or my brain decides that it doesn't like what I'm doing, so I think of something else, and then have to figure that out before I can go back to what I was doing, and it's extremely frustrating. And I know it's a migraine, not a trigger, but it's a symptom of a migraine. Because I then can identify that there are other symptoms occurring. But it's definitely something I notice more. What
I notice is I tend to lose my balance. So that makes it very exciting.
Yes.
So anyway,
I was in that all week until yesterday. And then yesterday I had, it hurt a lot. I made it to the house.
Yes.
And we were gonna start working on something yesterday, but...
We were. But we didn't.
I came in, and Mom went upstairs, came up here to nap, and I just stayed down. I was very tempted to come and join you.
I thought you were going to join me. I really thought you were.
I was thinking about it. I was, real close to it, but then I was like, stairs.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So
stairs.
Anyway, not as much knitting and other craft work as we would have liked this week. But now that we've got sweater weather.
I do not have sweater weather
this
on.
This is my wool and honey.
Wool and honey that you did a fade on.
Yes. So it's by Caitlin.
It's by Andrea Mowry.
Andrea Mowry, that's right. And I showed it to her last March when she was here.
Yes. In March when she was here, yeah.
So, but I did get something done.
What did you get done?
I got another baby vertebrae done. Look at
Yay!
that. And yes, this matches the hat that I showed you all last week. The hat is downstairs. Because I finally put them, this is now both through the washer and the dryer. This is Primrose sock yarn. And it did really well. I love the way it looks now that it's been through the washer and dryer. And I specifically wanted superwash because the mom who's getting this is not a knitter.
But is extremely appreciative of knitted objects. So,
so I wanted something that was going to be relatively simple for her to deal with. So through the washer and the dryer, I think it looks great. And so this is going to be a present along with the hat for that
Mom-to-be?
Yes, I was going to say upcoming mom. So we have that
Bernice.
to be done. Yes.
So I've actually gotten my commuting mojo crafting mojo back, which is really nice because I've got about at least a half hour on the train pretty much every day that I can knit.
Mm-hmm.
So earlier I was working on my as if tee.
Mm-hmm.
And so I made it to 10 inches as that.
Oh, wow.
And I decided to make it about 12 to 13 because I wanted to fade in a skein of sparkle for the yoke detailing.
Oh, that'd be pretty.
Yeah, so the yoke is going to be a sparkle with the mohair.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to fade it in, and it's about 1.5 inches to fade in, and I want to do about a 1/2 inch of like straight sparkle before I then split for front and back.
Okay.
So I am 1, 2, 3. I am 5 rows in to the fade, which is about a 10-row repeat or a 10-row.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm pretty
Very
excited.
nice.
It should be nice. I should have it done for the bowling event on
Cool.
Saturday of Rhinebeck.
Very nice.
But I stopped bringing this in once I realized I wanted to fade in the sparkle skein because I don't want to be, or I realized that it's much easier for me to knit something on the train if there's only one string of yarn coming out of my bag.
All right, good to know.
So I then picked up the Cardizen by Denise Bayron, and I started it, and I realized my gauge was off.
Yeah.
And it was really off.
Yes.
And so then I decided to go down a needle, and my gauge was still off. So I decided to go down 2 needle sizes. So now I'm on 7s, and I'm here. So this is what I've gotten done since yesterday.
Right.
So I am through 1 armhole, and I am 13 ridges out of 29, I think, done out of the back. So this, I think, might come with me to work this week, because it's quite simple and actually genius. Like, the construction of this is so
it's just going along really fast.
Well, and not even that. Like, I could see making a bigger one, like making a big one
for you,
for like a adult human.
Okay.
It's really simple, but it's so effective.
Okay.
So I'm very excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's obviously coming along swimmingly. So that is that. And then I didn't get to pick up the other side like I wanted, but I have finished one side of the back of the Pengweeno.
Really? I didn't realize that was done.
Well, because then you go and you do the welts on this side, and then you do this detail on this side.
Okay.
And then you continue going around. Yeah, so I have done one side. I need to get working on that, but I want to finish the Cardizen and the as if tee kind of before I get back to this, because this is pretty quick, surprisingly, because it's a lot of little like steps, so it's very accomplishable, which is awesome.
Makes you feel good.
Yeah, and then I'll talk about that later. There has not been any further progress on my Humulus because reasons. I wanted to get the as if tee done as far as possible, and I just didn't have the wherewithal to open the bag. You know? It happens.
It does happen.
But we did get some great progress on something else today.
Oh, you're going to show that? All right.
I thought we were going to.
Well, yes. I thought I would just show the other knitted thing, but that's fine.
Oh, I mean, You can show the other knitted thing. I'll sit
All right.
down.
So, if you remember, last week I said I was hoping to get to the armholes on this. Didn't make it to the armholes for all the reasons that have been stated above, but I have certainly made progress, and I have, count 9 more rows to go before we get to the armhole separation. So I am incredibly pleased with how this is looking. I'm hoping I don't pull my circular needle apart because it's getting very large, and so I'm really pulling on these needles. So I'm really hoping that I don't pull it apart. But this is what it's looking like. I think that the pattern is really holding true. So you can see that these have started to elongate, which is what you see in the Vogue pattern book. I am very, very pleased. So hopefully I can get to armhole separation tonight. It's possible.
It is possible.
It is possible because we're not sewing anymore tonight.
No. Speaking of sewing.
Yes, this is what we've done.
This is my coat so far. I just popped something.
Probably a pin.
Probably a pin.
Yes.
So this is my coat as of right now.
Here, let me get out of the way.
And everyone tell me how wonderful that is.
Really, the seams?
The seams all match up until about the waist due to the fact that it's A-line. But they all match going
across.
Horizontally across my body.
Yes.
And so
she's worked very hard.
I've worked so hard
to cut that out. I'm the sewer, so I work very hard to the seams to make sure that those last patterns went across because they didn't all match.
But they were close.
So I utched. That's a technical term.
All I had left to cut out today were the sleeves, which are downstairs, and the 2 center back pieces. And I was matching them to the back side pieces, and I realized that the pattern wasn't going to match down my spine.
And that really is most important because you see someone coming and going, and you really want that back seam to match. And as you can see, it's a nice book match. And, that's what we talk about in woodworking, is having something that's book matched.
Yeah.
Well, we managed to book match this.
So what had to be ooched are these 2 seams here.
Yes.
Because this seam had to match more perfectly than these 2. But I think it looks phenomenal.
We're very pleased. What goes next are pockets.
Yep, they're gonna be side pockets. We're not doing any of these welted things. I do think we should reinforce the pocket a few times when we sew it together. Just thinking about it right now. So it has hip pockets, which I don't think on this coat will make it all that much bigger.
No, it's very voluminous.
This coat, anyways, yeah.
I think it'll be just fine.
And then I have
the pins are coming out.
Oh, well.
All right. We lost this one. Just
I think
watch
it's
your
right
feet.
there.
Watch your feet.
I see it. Yep.
Okay.
So there's side pockets, and then there is a faux fur collar.
Yes.
Well, and sleeves, obviously. But there is a faux fur collar, which is just so luxe.
Yes.
It is so luxe.
Next time we work on this, we'll do the pockets.
Yep.
Some of the basting stitches will be picked out.
Yeah.
So pockets, then the collar.
I think this is the side I've done picked out all the basting on.
So we've been working.
I got one side done.
We have been working.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten as much done as we wanted to, but we have been working on stuff. So that's pretty good. And yes, we're still hoping to get that coat done for Rhinebeck. We'll see. Now, what makes
I might be coming by at points during the week because I want that coat.
What makes it more challenging is that I'm going to be away in Annapolis, Maryland, this coming weekend. In fact, we're leaving Thursday about dinner time to get down to Annapolis, and we're going to be down there the weekend. We may get down to see my mom in Alexandria on Saturday night and then drive back on Sunday. And you're going to be away.
Yeah.
So that means we don't have, but there's 3 days. Friday night, all day Saturday, and all day Sunday that we could be working that we won't have.
Yeah.
Maybe Sunday night.
Maybe Sunday night.
Depending.
We'll see.
And then
it's Rhinebeck.
Rhinebeck. And we drive it to Rhinebeck on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So have a few friends to visit. And we're going to check out the town of Rhinebeck, which we have not done before.
Nope.
So I bought a few things this week.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I have some new things too.
So I was working on this baby vertebrae, and I was working with wooden needles, and so it was slowing me down. I'm going to blame the fact that it took me an entire week to make this on the fact that I was working on wooden needles.
But you can't knit with metal needles. Mom, it makes your hands hurt.
Well, I actually bought carbons.
Oh, okay.
And I have been working with my Chow Goose. So anyway, the carbons are downstairs, I think.
Yeah, there's a pair right there.
There's a pair right here. Do they look new? These are 4s. So anyway, I bought a pair of 3s, and I bought some Chow Goose 3s. So now at least I have 2 sets of non-wooden 3s.
Okay.
And the reason that the non-wooden 3s are important because I break the wooden 3s. Then I was really terrified that I would break those needles before I finished the sweater. And I was really terrified. And then I got this in the mail. This is a key holder, obviously, or key fob.
And it's a needle gauge.
Needle gauge. And I got it from I Love Handles. I honestly don't know if I ordered it from their website or from Amazon. I think I may have ordered it from Amazon, but I do, since I always have my keys, now I'll always have a needle gauge, and I'm excited about this. I'm going to put it on my house keys, and then I'll always be able to find my house keys too. So very excited about all of that. So yes, 2 new sets of needles and a new needle gauge.
Nice.
Yes. And I think I'm in the market for some more needles when we get up to Rhinebeck.
Okay.
So we'll see what needles I can find.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, so
yes.
I went into work on Tuesday, and our intern goes, "Oh, I have something for you." And I was like,
"Really?
What?" He and his boyfriend had gone and somewhere, an event of some sort, and was given 2 skeins. Each of them got a skein of yarn.
Oh, wow.
And it's a lovely acrylic lace. 85% acrylic, 15% nylon. I'd say that's all acrylic, but you know.
What is it?
It's pretty soft.
It's
loops
lovely.
and threads, wool-like.
Yeah.
It's
is
a
really
lace
nice.
weight. It is. And it's a lovely blue color. Don't know what I'm going to do with it
lace.
yet. Yes, it's lace. Or a heavy fingering. A light fingering, I mean. But it's like 600 yards for 100 grams. It's 670 yards. So it's a heavy lace.
It's a heavy lace. I think if you hold it double, it might be worth a fingering.
Right, but I could also knit a lace something or other.
It's gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous.
It's really pretty. So that was cool. And then I came home, I can't remember what day, and my badass crafting club from Lady Di showed up.
Oh!
So I got this was the September club, I think. So
that's really pretty.
Yeah, so this is a colorway based on the women's suffrage movement for voting rights, and the colors are white, yellow, and purple. There is a pin from Crochet Luna, the craftivist in you. There is a set of stitch markers that say badass and
Whoa.
have a, fist with needles in them. And this is by Mrs. U Makes. Then there's a Nevertheless
Whoa.
She Knitted pin from Nerdbird Makery. There is some citrus green tea from Beantown Tea and Spices.
Oh, nice.
There's a Pocket Constitution. And a measuring tape. And then a tea steeping guide. So I'd say that was a lovely little kit.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
Citrus green tea.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. So
green tea, orange peels, and natural flavors. Very nice.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just looking to see when the Rhinebeck package was going to be arriving. And I can't find it. Must include Rhinebeck. There's the pre-order. Let's try that. No, that's Instagram. I have to log in. I don't have Instagram on here. Well, let's not leave them with dead space.
Yeah, sorry about that, y'all. So that came today, or this week. And then I do have a few more acquisitions because I went to the Stephen West MKAL cast-on party in Brooklyn on Friday, where I had to buy yarn because I only had I had one color that I wanted to use, which was this beautiful Norway spruce. Mm-hmm. And so I found this beautiful gold copper. It's actually called Mandolin Orange Vixen by Little Fox.
That's gorgeous.
Which is a merino silk fingering weight. Mm-hmm. So I cast on. If you guys don't want spoilers for Stephen West, skip ahead about 30 seconds, and because I'm going to show you the first little bit of the clue, because I haven't finished it yet, but I've started it, and I'm almost halfway through.
Wow.
So, 3, 2, 1, spoiler! Done. So my colors look really good together. I'm pretty pleased with them. I didn't think I was going to do the knit along, but actually having heard him speak about it and explain or not really explain his, so he kind of gave us a clue what shawls it would be similar to. Not, identical or anything, but in a vein of, and it wasn't the eyeball shawl or the one that had, knit to, yarn over 5 times. That one, I can't remember it. That one's, the 3rd MKAL or something like that. Mm-hmm. So, I'm intrigued by it. I'm gonna try and keep up with it. And I'm gonna do it. I'm going to do it. So
he makes some really wonderful designs.
Exactly. But sometimes they're a little out there.
Well, yes.
So
but I love the one I made.
The Doodler.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you do that as the...
No.
Yeah.
I did it after. I tend to want to see what they're going to end up
I know. And I kind of was that way too until I got invited to go to the event. And now I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm okay with how this started. Let's, just jump in with 2 feet.
Yes. So I've been trying to find out when the Rhinebeck Craft Club is going to be sent out, and I can't find it. So I'm sure it must be coming out relatively soon because Rhinebeck's next week.
I think it might be either Rhinebeck or, right after Rhinebeck, because I know I think she said she's going to have some at Rhinebeck for people who missed it. But we can look it up further.
Because I thought she said that she wanted us to have the bags in time for Rhinebeck. Can you get on Instagram?
I'm doing that.
Because I can't get on Instagram in my lap here.
Oh, okay. So, let's take a look. So, If you didn't have a chance to sign... Oh, okay, no, I misread it. If you didn't have a chance to sign up, she'll have pre-orders for it after New York Sheep and Wool, with a ship date roughly a month after that. That's what I read.
But if you did order it...
She hasn't posted an update about that since.
So I keep waiting.
Yes.
I'm very excited, and I keep waiting.
Yes.
Yes.
Because I think it said, here we go. Should be mailed out this week.
Okay.
So
yes, we're supposed to get it before Rhinebeck, so we'd have our bags. This is holding a bag. And we'd have pins, and we'd have all that stuff. So I'm really quite excited about the whole thing. And with any luck, maybe I'll get this sweater done. If not, it may be where I have it on several needles, but with arms done. So I'm going to do my best. I really am.
I'm obviously still working on my Humulus. The As If Tea is also kind of part of my Rhinebeck plan. I'm very excited. Oh, I didn't show you what else I got.
Another Rhinebeck sweater, so I have one done.
Yes. I'm also planning on wearing the coat, so that'll keep me nice and cozy. So I don't have to really worry about, staying warm with just a sweater necessarily.
Yes.
So what I am going to show you all is that I did get yarn to make a boxes and towers, but I'm going to convert it into a baby blanket. So, we went to Michael's. Yes, we went to Michael's because I wanted to get Vantage Choice because I already have two skeins of it in my stash, and I wanted to kind of use stash, but apparently it was not to be because this is the third Michael's I have been to, and I have not found any Vantage Choice.
Yeah.
It says it on the website that they carry it.
By the way, I have a long-term prediction for this coming weekend up at Rhinebeck. They say Friday. Thursday is AM showers, low of 46, high of 60. Friday is partly cloudy, low of 48, high of 63. Saturday is mostly cloudy, low of 48, high of 65. And Sunday is morning showers. In fact, they're talking about a 40% chance of showers.
So that's this coming up weekend, though.
No.
Yes.
All right. Darn.
We have not hit a time when we can get...
I've gotten Thursday. Thursday's 37.
Tuesday, Mom.
I can't read.
Tuesday the 15th.
37 and 59.
Yeah.
We're going to need those winter coats.
Yep.
We are going to need those winter coats.
Hopefully. Hopefully we won't get another snap.
Well, it would be nice if it was just sweater weather and not cold weather.
Yeah.
Because was it last year that it was so cold?
That it was windy. It was the
windy,
wind.
Very windy, and it was chilly.
Yeah. So I got this yarn. I got the Loops and Threads Impeccable, which is a DK or so. So, Mother, would you help me?
Yes, I'm happy to help. I was just checking out the weather in Annapolis. Look at this! I love these colors. This is great.
And I saw a set from...
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and it's kind of based off a set I saw at from Miss Babs. Sorry, that was very fuzzy. And they had a white or a cream instead of this gray. But I don't like giving small people things with white or gray in it, or white or cream, just because it gets too dirty too quickly.
So Impeccable?
Yes, Impeccable by Loops and Threads. And
Machine wash warm.
Yep.
Tumble dry low. Perfect.
Pretty easy.
Yes.
So I'm thinking...
Lovely.
Yeah, and I shouldn't use all of it in it as per the pattern, but we'll see. But also, I'm thinking I might use the leftovers and make a stripy sweater or something. For knee sling. We'll see. I have all of the ideas. I just might not sleep for the next 2 weeks. I don't need sleep, right?
Right. No, you don't need that.
No. So, yeah. So, those are things I'm working on. Another thing I did want to let you all know about is that Lady Di is having another, maybe not a club so much, but she is running she's trying to fund her Rebel Without a Cause, or With a Cause, foundation and newsletter, and also the Be the Change tour that she's going to be doing throughout the United States, talking about current events and politics and just issues in the knitting community, but also issues in the world. And to fund that and to help ease the strain on financially for some of the shops that she's going to go visit, she has partnered with Romy Hill, who is a shawl designer, and they are doing a 19th Amendment club, which I think is about $20, and it's a skein of yarn and the pattern, and it goes to the Be the Change tour. So that is something, if you want to get involved and support a really great project that someone is doing, as well as get some really cool hand-dyed yarn and a Romy Hill pattern.
I love Romy Hill pattern.
Yeah. So another great pattern designer, Thea Coleman, Baby Cocktails, is currently doing a thing where she is donating, I think it's $1 for every pattern sale she has.
Oh, wow.
From, through October through November 4th, and donating it to Fair Fight, which is the Stacey Abrams organization to decrease voter suppression.
Right.
She's going to be sending teams to 20 battleground states, and have teams set up in each state to better and more, I guess, to have a more rapid response team kind of response to issues of voter suppression that have been on the rise in this country. So Thea Coleman just came out with a new pattern called Pamplemousse, which is gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Come on. Let me open you in a new tab. Here we go. And I'm... Yes. Here we go.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
I know.
Oh.
I know.
Look at that.
So, if you love Thea Coleman, you'll love her cables and her textures, and it's so phenomenal. I have a sweaters quantity.
That's gorgeous.
I have a sweaters quantity of Studio Worsted in Palisades, which is a blue, by Neighborhood Fabrico, and I think I'm going to use it for that.
That is beautiful.
I know. She just does great stuff.
She really does. I'm going to buy it right now.
Good. So yeah, so those are
gorgeous. I'm going to make it a little longer.
Well, yes. Yes. But she is donating for her pattern sales, which is really great. She's legit buying it right now. I love it. But yeah, these are things that are happening. And
I'm going to check out Lady Di too.
Yeah, it's a great little thing, and I'm just very excited, all in all, for everything right now.
Well, you can get really excited about that pattern.
It's so pretty.
So
it's just
that's
so
an
pretty.
Air and weight.
Yeah, and I'm going to make it in a DK because I'm crazy. But, you know, it happens. It happens.
So it's all the Baby Cocktails patterns?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So all the baby cocktails patterns are going to be, if you buy them, you will also be donating to Fair Fight.
There's a bijou sweater.
Yeah.
That's
pretty, yeah.
See if I can show you this. There.
Yeah.
So it's lacy. And then there's one, there's a tee also. So there's a bijou tee. She's got a cardigan. Oh, this is pretty too.
Mm-hmm. She's got great stuff.
She does have great stuff. So that is textured. Really nice. So there's several, there's probably something for everyone here.
Yes. I think so.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Think so. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yes. I could go crazy. That's pretty, too.
So is that.
Yes.
Just those cables on that back are just so good.
Stunning.
So good.
So we'll put a link.
We'll put a link to Baby Cocktails.
And you can check it out.
Yeah.
It would be foolish not to.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely foolish not to. Several things here have been added to my queue. I lose things in favorites, so I add them to my queue. You got to use your queue the way that it best fits you, not necessarily how it best fits everybody else.
Definitely.
So that is just... Oh, I'm so glad you brought that up.
Of course,
See what else. This is pretty.
Oh, yeah. I mean, almost everything she does is
just... I love cables. Look at this.
We all do.
Look at that. That's stunning. So, yes, really great patterns and helping others. I think it's a lovely way to go.
Yeah.
So, what else do you want to bring up? So, what did Stephen talk about this weekend?
He talked about his design process and the new book that came out. I didn't get the book. So I've realized that I'm not into getting my patterns in books anymore.
I like
having them digitally.
Yes.
Yeah. And he was signing books, and it would have been great, but I was texting with a friend while I was there, and I kept on saying, I don't want to get a book just because I might want to get Stephen to sign it if I'm not going to use it, because I'm going to buy I'll buy some of the patterns anyways. The Westfjord Wanderer that we talked about last week is in that book, so I'm going to buy that pattern, and I might buy the book digitally, but I didn't think that there was a point in me having it physically, also with my bookshelves filling up.
Yeah, the bookshelves fill up.
There's a logistical situation that also is happening.
Yes.
So yeah, I felt weird not buying the book because almost everyone did, but I also was like, I don't need to. And no, there are no photos because I didn't take any.
That's right. I expected to be overwhelmed with pictures.
No. We had one heck of a day at work on Friday, and I was just happy to be with knitters, honestly. And I got to see a bunch of friends who I hadn't seen in a while. I saw Dina, Shamika, Emily, and it was and Gigi and Felicia and Christy and Cecilia. Yeah, and everyone was like, "Where's your mom? How's she doing? What's up?"
I didn't get a ticket.
I'm sorry.
She texted me, there's tickets. Whoops, sorry, no, there's no more tickets. So these things happen.
But it was also in Brooklyn.
It's in Brooklyn, and
usually we have to know way further in advance than like the day before.
Yes.
And this was kind of a last minute
thing. I'll be seeing everybody up at Indian Tangled and at Rhinebeck, and I really can't wait to see everybody and give everybody hugs. So, all of you who are watching and all of our friends who are in the knitting community, I really can't wait to see everybody.
Yeah.
And I left it downstairs. Did I leave it downstairs? No, actually, I got my ginormous crochet hook. It's over there on the on the bookshelf. so that now we can do provisional cast on.
It's called the Extreme.
So this came this week.
Called the Extreme.
And I have a pair of needles that are that size too.
It's a size 50.
Yeah. So I have size 50 needles and a size 50 crochet hook. And I've got super chunky yarn downstairs.
Like, I'm like trying to think how I would do this, like in my hand. Like, I'm like,
yes.
I think I would just
like a spoon.
Like a spoon.
Well, it's for teaching class.
Yeah.
And so I'll be working up sheets of our cast-ons.
Nice.
And printing out copies of the mittens.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll do that this week. So yeah, Rebel with a Cause 2020.
Yeah, so I did that, but what I'm talking about is the... Hold on, let's look. It's called... So the one with Romy is... Where did it go? Come on now.
I don't see it.
No, it clicked a thing. Silly hand.
Yeah, so I was checking out what the...
No, I know. I'm just trying to...
see what it is at the different levels.
Right.
So it has to be...
But it's not in that.
It's not in that.
No.
This is Project Bag and a skein of Lady Di yarns.
So also, Lady Di is also funding her Rebel with a Cause organization and newsletter and podcast and everything she's working on setting up through these clubs or through these membership levels. And they've got whole different levels of merch. I think I'm doing one that's got a project bag and a skein of yarn, I think.
And a t-shirt?
No, I don't think I did that one.
So you did
I think I did Warrior.
Okay.
I think I did Warrior. But it's just called the 19th Amendment collaboration.
Yeah, this is a button and a bag.
Yeah, so a button and a bag, because I was getting yarn for a whole bunch of other things.
Mm-hmm. For $100, you get a button, a bag, and yarn.
Oh.
Yes. But I don't see what you were talking about.
Right. It's called the 19th Amendment collaboration. So maybe search 19th up under Urban Men's, but yeah.
Ah, here we go. These will be mailed out the last week in November.
Mm-hmm.
And this is $19.
Yep. And so they hit 300 signups on yesterday. Well, one day ago as per Instagram. And
okay.
So, yeah, it's a pattern and it's a skein of yarn.
They have 500 slots open.
Yep. So, come on. Let's support this. This is a great thing for both the community, just in general, and those who are going to be able to get to the different events.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's an amazing resource that she's going to be putting out into the world. It's something that we as crafters can reference, and that we can also send our friends who are non-crafters probably to also learn from.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very excited about everything that Diana is doing with that.
It should be great.
Yeah. And I mean, she does great stuff with yarn, let's be real.
Yes.
But yeah.
And I'm looking forward to seeing what comes out for the Rhinebeck Club this week, so.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, for $100 you get the modern day Rosie the Riveter button, you get a Rebel with a Cause project bag, and a skein of Lady Di yarns from the September Club.
Oh,
so,
I think it might be the same as my skein then.
It might be.
Yeah.
That would be pretty.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
You're thinking?
I'm thinking. I'm definitely thinking. But I'm definitely going to get the $19 thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think it's all for a very good cause. These are things we need in the community, and then, as I said, in the universe, at large. It's always good. It's always good to have more information and more sources for information.
Always good.
But yeah, I think that's it. We've been I don't know. I feel like we've had such a packed day, but really it's because we had the new rector.
That's right. We had a new minister at church, so we sang and we had lunch there, and then we went grocery shopping. We did. And then we went to Michael's and
then when we came back, my aunt and uncle were here.
Right.
So there was some socializing.
Yes.
Because I felt bad. I didn't want to start spreading out my fabric on the floor of the living room while they were sitting there.
Yeah. So
instead I was knitting on the thing for their soon-to-be grandchild.
Right.
Which was very funny. My uncle got very uncomfortable once my aunt started asking me about it. It was very funny.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So funny. Mostly because...
Well, he hasn't quite grasped onto the fact he's going to be a grandfather.
No, and he and my father both... Children love them. Love them.
They do.
I don't understand... I understand it, but I'm also they're two of the most awkward men ever.
They are.
Love them dearly. Absolutely dearly. Most awkward men ever.
Yes.
So, but children love them.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's very funny. They both get very uncomfortable when talking about family members having children. It's very funny.
Mm-hmm.
So, they were both slightly uncomfortable and why must we discuss all of these things? Why must we discuss this?
Right. This is girls' thing.
This is girl things. Why are you talking about all of the things you're knitting for this small person? And
right.
I'm like, because this is what we're talking about.
That's right.
And you don't want to leave because you both have FOMO.
That's right. So we had a good time.
We did.
We were asked to go find the baptismal gown, which we probably should have jumped up right then, but I was afraid we weren't going to find it.
You were. I kept on. I had a very strong suspicion we had it.
So we have it. Can we show it?
I mean, we can. So, by baptismal gown, so my mother made the christening outfit for both my cousin and I wore. And we have it, and my aunt asked about it, and my mom was... She was convinced that she had misplaced it in the move. I, however, was very sure we had it, and so we found it. And so the lace has yellowed a bit, so we sent a photo over to the mom-to-be.
We have a hat.
Yeah. So...
And there's a slip. Whoops.
There is. So, we sent a message over to the mom-to-be with photos. We're going to look up how to unyellow lace. But maybe I'll send the photos. I'll email Aunt Lorraine letting her know that we found it. Because I think it's more of a aunt and
grandmother
thing. My aunt and who will be the grandmother thing. So, okay. Yeah. I think I'll do that.
All right.
Because I have the photos, so I can send her them.
So anyway, we do have the baptismal gown, and if it's needed, if it's wanted, we can certainly lend it out, which is great. We'll try to figure out how we can get some yellow out of the lace. The lace is not... I don't think it's extremely fine lace. I made the outfit so it would be able to go through the washer and dryer. So I have a feeling that it may be polyester, but I don't remember. This gown is 34 years old, so it's been a while since I worked on it. But I'm glad we found it, and you know how old it is because it's in a Bonwit Teller box. They've been out of business for a long time. So anyway. And we did have a busy day. I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to see about getting down to the sleeve separation. I have a goal.
A goal is always good.
Yes, we have a goal.
But yeah, so I think we've waffled on for long enough.
We have, and we apologize for wasting any time if you feel like it's been wasted. For those of you who've just joined us this week, thank you very much. And if you're going to Rhinebeck, we really can't wait to see you. I don't think we're bringing any.
I don't think
swag.
so.
We didn't
reorder in time, and we
haven't been overwhelmed with requests for anything. So if we find out this year that people are coming up to us and going, but we really want a button from you, then certainly we'd be getting them together for next year. Or I guess we could make an email list.
We'll figure it out.
And if there's really a wild acclaim for them.
I mean.
But anyway, we'd love to see you. And
Definitely.
For those of you who are returning, always good to have a chat with you. We really appreciate it. So with that,
I think we'll weave in our ends.
Yes, thank you. Bye.
Bye.